So just an idea I had is, we're finishing out last week and then we're going to be starting to move over to a daily kind of update system. So one thing we can do is keep, last week and this week separate. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this form. So since I have all the data on one page, if I have it in two different places, I can copy and paste what I want without losing anything. Because this one right here, I want it to just be the 21st data. Because I have everything else on here, I can just delete everything else but the 21st. And then this guy's going to be like, I'm trying to summarize 6 things, but I can only find one of the 6. So we just got to delete the 5 extras. Get rid of that comma since it's just one. Now, some formulas kind of not needed because it's literally just adding one thing against nothing. But this variance formula is ADP hours minus scheduled hours. So still want to fix that just so if we add a day or whatnot, it's working and formulating what we want. And drag down, which is going to show us just our variances for the 21st. So we're able to separate from what work is due for last week versus just yesterday. So we've got some things for the 21st. And, just to double check formulas, it's looking at this current cell and the one right after it. And so is this guy. And the schedule is looking at J through L, looking at that third column, which we know where the 21st date is. So I know this is all correct. It looks about right. The only thing I would need to do is, those name individualizations. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is get rid of the 21st data. But before we do that, we want to make sure this guy is going to be reading off of the correct cell, because right now it's reading the 21st. But I'll show you what happens because we're going to delete the 21st. So when we delete the 21st, now that 8.32 turned into 0, and this said reference, which means I can't find what you're trying to have me look for. So I'm going to update this. Instead of this being the 22nd, it's going to be the 21st because, again, it has to be the day right after this one. And then instead of it being reference right here, I'm going to delete reference up to the pound, keep that at sign or that and sign in the quotation. And then I want it to be T2. So I can either click on T1, or I could type in T1. Okay, so I'm going to update that and boom, it says 832 again, and that's awesome. So then you drag down and you still get a 0. Why is that? Well, the reason being is because this guy right here originally was T1, but now it's reading T2. That's kind of what I was alluding at by saying T2 earlier. So to make sure that it doesn't go down the line and it's always reading the specific T1 box, you're going to highlight T1 and click F4. Or you can honestly just put $signs before the T and the 1. That locks it. So you're telling Excel, I want you to always look at that specific cell and don't go down even if the rest of my formula goes down in a pattern. Okay, so now instead of showing 0, it shows 11.32, and we know this is still reading right because that schedule formula we never really change. It doesn't have to do with this. So we're going to drag that on down. And we know that this, 920 data is reading correctly. Now, what the heck's going on over here? Well, we know the reference is just because we're telling it to find something that's no longer on that page. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. And this will look like how you want it to look. Alrighty, so I'm going to drag down, turn this guy gray, drag down to the rest. And now we're able to see the 16th of the 20 variances here, and then the 21st variance is just completely separate on the other page. So aside from just, kind of updating the extra Y's and the raw data page, this is it